Ladies and gentlemen, here are the news. Is it a good idea to let children play in the flight entry path of an airport? The operators of the amusement park seems to think so, because today a ride was ceremoniously opened right there. According to the building authorities, this is harmless because the aircraft used by the park reportedly cause less noise than the rides themselves.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Planet Coaster and the project Occasional One. In the second last episode, we already established an airport in the park. In this episode, we take care of the entry lane. It might not have been the best idea to establish the airport in the middle of the park, but it is what it is. But let's start with the ride. I decided to do a kickflip. We talked about the lighting of the airport and that with all the lights all around, navigation for pilots might be a little difficult at night. The kickflip has these arrows as lightning, which points a little in the right direction. Also, the attraction isn't too tall or too sprawling, so it fits perfectly in that small gap. I would imagine that it's a no-go in Planet Coaster to have two long straight walkways. However, that's what I want here. We're in the SciFi area, which is why this won't turn into an avenue, but I imagine custom round arches will come into their own very well there. There's another thing I don't want to hide. We already talked a few times about the situation that the paths don't seem to be connected, even though Planet Coaster shows it that way. I didn't find a solution for the ride from my last episode, so I felt compelled to guide people through a small gap. That was not planned, and I don't want to move the airport or the ride. No, that's not going to happen. And so the path is too wide, and the people are walking through the scenery. You'll see that in a moment. I'll add a road sign that says, "Sorry." But I will forget this happened and never look there again, alright? Okay, I'd better get off topic. So quickly announce the wonderful Planet Coaster music. Yes, this is a devisable episode by 5, so I'm happy to fall back on the in-game music. Enjoy the build, and I'll talk to you again before the cinematic shots. Here I am again. Last time we had an elaborate build-out queue. This time the exit of the ride is more elaborate. Short story. I drove past an airport the other day and was struck by the... I don't know what they are called exactly. Those poles that are built up higher and higher towards the end of the airstrip, with those with the navigation lights on them, those thingies. I thought we should have that in our park. In our case, our poles have become quite thick, which, however, also seems to make sense here, because should an aircraft have calculated too tightly for a takeoff or landing after all, at least our guests are protected as far as possible. And the second thing, in my opinion, I find the round arches mentioned at the beginning very cool. I have the feeling that I should include them in several more places in this area. But first, guys, we are coming to the end of today's episode of Occasional One. The cinematic shots are coming up and I don't want to talk into that, so I'll say now, thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and take care of yourselves.